years old, I admitted her in my school. You will be asking that why should I mention about the admission of a girl in a school? Yes, I must mention it. It may be taken for granted in Canada, in America, in many developed countries. But in poor countries, in patriarchal societies, in tribal societies, it's a big event for the life of a girl. Enrollment in a school means recognition of her identity and her name. Admission in a school means that she has entered the world of dreams and aspirations where she can explore her potentials for her future life. I have five sisters, and none of them could go to school. And you will astonish when I was filling 2 weeks before, when I was filling the Canadian visa form and I was filling the family part of the form, I could not recall the surnames of some of my sisters. And the reason was that I have never seen the names of my sisters written on any document. That was the reason that I valued my daughter. What my father could not give to my sisters and to his daughters, I thought I must change it. I used to appreciate the intelligence and the brilliance of my daughter. I encouraged her to sit with me when my friends used to come. I encouraged her to go with me to different meetings. And all these good values I tried to inculcate in her personality. And this was not only only Malala. I imparted all these good values to my school girl students and boy students as well. I used education for emancipation. I taught my girl student to unlearn the lesson of obedience. I taught my boy student to unlearn the lesson of so-called pseudo honor. Dear brothers and sisters, we were striving for more rights for women, and we were struggling to have more and more space for the women in society. But we came across a new phenomena. It was lethal to human rights and particularly to women's rights. It was called Talibanization. It means a complete negation of women participation in all political, economical, and social activities. Hundreds of schools were lost. Girls were prohibited from going to school. Women were forced to wear veils and they were stopped to be going to the markets. Musicians were silenced, girls were flogged, and singers were killed. Millions were suffering, but few spoke. And it was the most scary thing when you have all around such people who kill and who flog, and you speak for your rights. It's really the most scary thing. At the age of 10, Malala stood, and she stood for the right of education. She wrote a diary for the BBC blog. She volunteered herself for the New York Times documentaries. And she spoke from every platform she could. And her voice was the most powerful voice. It spread like a crescendo all around the world. And that was the reason that Taliban could not tolerate her campaign. And on 9 October 2012, she was shot on the head at point blank range. It was a doomsday for my family and for me. The world turned into a big black hole. While my daughter was on the verge of life and death, I whispered into the ears of my wife, should I be blamed for what happened to my daughter and to your daughter? And she abruptly told me, please don't blame yourself. You stood for the right cause. You put your life at stake for the cause of truth, for the cause of peace, and for the cause of education. And your daughter is inspired from you, and she joined you. You both were on the right path, and God will protect her. These few words meant a lot to me, and I didn't ask this question again. When Malala was in the hospital, and she was going through the severe pains, and she had severe headaches because her facial nerve was cut down. I used to see a dark shadow spreading on the face of my wife. But my daughter never complained. She used to tell us, I'm fine with my crooked smile and with my numbness in face. I'll be okay, please, don't worry. She was a solace for us, and she consoled us. Dear brothers and sisters, we learned from her how to be resilient in the most difficult times. And I'm glad to share with you that despite being an icon for the rights of children and women, she is like any 16-year-old girl. She cries when her homework is incomplete. She quarrels with her brothers, and I'm very happy for that. People ask me, what special is in my mentorship which has made Malala so bold and so courageous and so vocal and poised? I tell them, don't ask me what I did. Ask me what I did not do. I did not clip her wings. And that's all. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.